I am Dr Samantha Williams, Reader in Social History and Academic Director for History at the Institute for Continuing Education. I teach a range of British social and economic history courses, and I am Course Director for the MST in History, which is a part-time course taught over 2 years. My research focuses upon poverty, disease and medicine. The workhouse was a central feature of Britain's New Poor Law of 1834. Discipline and punishment for transgressions were essential to the workhouse regime. In 1841, a policy was set out for offences, which could be classified either as disorderly or refractory. Disorderly behaviour included relatively trivial offences, such as swearing, making a noise, playing card games, disobeying orders, or refusing to work. Punishment could be a reduced diet and the withholding of luxuries, such as butter or tea. Refractory conduct included any disorderly offence repeated within a week, as well as more serious behaviours, such as reviling a workhouse staff member, damage to workhouse property, the spoiling of provisions, drunkenness and assault. Such acts were punishable with confinement for up to 24 hours and an alteration of diet. Serious and persistent offenders could be prosecuted, and magistrates could sentence paupers for up to 21 days hard labour. Workhouse officials had considerable power to punish inmates, but only within the rules of their authority that had been set down in those rules of 1841. Indeed, the 1834 Act anticipated the risk of abuse and so specified restrictions to their power. How did paupers resist the strictures imposed upon them? Outbursts of obscene or profane language were the easiest form of resistance and regularly upset workhouse life. In Norwich Workhouse, for instance, William Philo was persisting in disturbing the quiet of the wards by swearing, shouting and making use of filthy and disgusting language, refusing to obey the warder or keeping to his proper room. Breaking windows was a particular favourite of refractory paupers, since it was an easy and visible way to protest. Elizabeth Thursby of Cockermouth Workhouse broke 23 panes of glass in the receiving ward. Assault was the most serious refractory offence. Inmates assaulted workhouse masters, matrons, schoolmasters, porters and caretakers. Henry Jarvis was punished for assaulting the labour master and throwing an iron scraper at him, while Mary Scarborough violently assaulted the Sleaford matron and tore off her cap. Being set to work put the work in workhouse. Paupers pumped water, ground corn at a hand mill, broke stones, grew cereals or vegetables in the workhouse garden, performed household tasks, picked oakum, crushed bones, did tailoring and sewing, and managed the boiler house. Refusal to work was one of the most common recorded offences. Other infractions included women regularly disrupting prayers in Cockermouth. Children could get up to no good. In Spalding Workhouse, Alfred Stanger, aged 12, and Frederick Thompson, aged 15, were recorded as climbing over the roof of the schoolroom, going to the town and buying a pennyworth of gunpowder and half a pennyworth of lucifer matches, and on going to bed, setting fire to the gunpowder on the landing adjoining their bedroom. Despite a good flogging, they did not learn from the experience. 2 weeks later, Alfred, this time with William Bannister, aged 13, was again climbing over the roof of the schoolroom and going into the women's day drying ground without permission. Most workhouse masters most often punished these paupers by stopping a meal, or replacing a set number of meals with potatoes or bread and water. Cockermouth Workhouse usually offered only a pound of boiled rice for dinner, but on just one occasion, Joseph Barton had his 1 ounce of tobacco stopped. However, serious infringements could result in paupers being sentenced to many years' hard labour in prison, or even transportation to the colonies.